Should you buy or skip the new Beats Solo 4 headphones? Let's get right into it. Meet the Beats Solo 4, the latest installment of the more affordable headphones, aka not earbuds, in the Beats by Dre lineup. These cans cost $199 and promise a lot of value packed into that price. For one, there are big upgrades compared to the Solo 3s, probably the biggest of which is the switch from micro USB to USB-C with support for high-res lossless audio, and also an improvement from 40 hours to 50 hours of battery life. Better yet, you still get the convenience of a collapsible design and compatibility with both iOS and Android. But that doesn't come without some trade-offs, so I'll tell you whether the Solo 4s are actually worth buying. The first reason the Solo 4s are worth buying is that they offer premium audio features for a low price. These days, you usually need to shell out over $200 for headphones with a full-featured listening experience. But the Beats Solo 4 and their bespoke acoustic architecture sound solid, with a very nice focus on vocals and balanced midtones from my experience. That's paired with premium features like lossless playback when you use a compatible source file or streaming service with a USB-C connection, or high-res lossless audio playback with the 3.5mm input. I know not all shoppers really care about lossless playback, but uncompromised audio straight from the original mastering has kind of a nuance to it that's worth trying out. And that's coming from someone who wouldn't really consider themselves an audiophile by any means. That said, I think more people will be excited to know that the Solo 4s also have personalized spatial audio, which quite effectively creates an immersive surround sound environment when listening to music, shows, or even on FaceTime calls. This feature is found throughout most of the AirPods and Beats products, so it's good to see the Solo 4s finally join the so-called spatial audio party. Again, especially considering the low price. Another reason to buy the Solo 4s is for their convenient design. I'm someone who cares a lot about the portability of a pair of headphones. If you're going to take them with you on the go, if you travel a lot, you might want a pair of headphones that collapse and fold in to take up the least amount of space. That's exactly what you get with the Solo 4s. It's kind of baked into the Beats design language at this point, but I still really appreciated being able to fold them up, toss them in my bag, and not worry about the other gadgets and such all fitting in there. They're even small enough for a pocket, but to keep them safe, Beats ships them with this soft zipper pouch case. You're looking at just about 8 ounces for this whole package, and it doesn't get much more convenient than that. But if you really want to talk about convenience, people who care about battery life should consider the Solo 4s. The previous gen Solo 3s had up to 40 hours of battery life, but the Solo 4s now have 50 hours of battery life. That, I believe, makes them the longest lasting Apple headphones in terms of straight playback time, even beating out the $350 Beats Studio Pro that came out last year by 10 hours. You do have to be kind of mindful about powering them down when you're not using them, though just a 10-minute charge gets you 5 hours of playback for a quick top off. But if for some reason they aren't charged at all, luckily no battery is required while listening via an aux cable. That's pretty epic for in-flight entertainment systems if you ask me. And this last one might surprise you, but a final reason to buy the Beats Solo 4s is that they're one of the very few Apple devices that are built to play nice with Android smartphones or other Android Bluetooth sources. You will need to download the Beats app from the Play Store compared to the kind of super instant setup process on an iPhone, but from there you'll get features like one-touch pairing and Find My Device, the kind of things that are usually reserved for just iOS users. Beats is a super recognizable brand that people love to buy into, so it's good that all users can benefit from these kind of connectivity features. If you're someone who considers noise cancellation a priority, you'll probably want to skip the Beats Solo 4s. They're in this category of on-ear versus over-ear headphones that cover your ears entirely to create an isolation seal. There is some degree of passive noise isolation, but it's not quite enough to block out environmental sounds unless you're listening at high volumes, which I definitely do not recommend from an ear health perspective. And if you know that going in, it's fine, but I will say you can get very good noise canceling headphones for the same price, if not less. I really like the Sennheiser Ascentum. I'll link the exact model down below. You'll find a lot of noise canceling options in the wireless earbud category as well. Another reason someone might want to avoid the Solo 4s is that the build quality doesn't quite match the standard of some other Beats or Apple products that customers have come to expect. Now, to be fair, that bar is set pretty high, and trade-offs had to be made. The Solo 4s are by no means cheap feeling, but there are some small little things that I noticed, like the angle of the stitching on the ear cups. The headband also doesn't have a lot of give, or at least the kind that adjusts to all head shapes. I suspect some people will find the clamping force to be a bit tight after a few hours of use. So, buy or skip? All things considered, the Solo 4s are a buy. For under $200, you get a host of high-end features and that great battery life. I'm surprised with how much I've ended up liking them, even without active noise cancellation. I don't think the trade-offs are necessarily deal breakers unless you're specifically concerned with the ones I mentioned. Though if you're looking for more options, you can check out some of the best headphone recommendations in a video we posted here not too long ago. Let me know if you're going to buy or skip the Beats Solo 4s in the comments, and while you're here, subscribe to our channel to see what we feature in our next buy or skip. You can also get more behind the scenes and an unboxing on our socials everywhere at Tom's Guide. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you next time.